he hit her and he hit the kids. I wish I could tell you this was a story that I haven't heard only one time, but I hear it all the time, every week, numerous times a week, because it's not only happening in my community, but it's happening all over the world. I implore you, when you ask somebody, to ask them simple questions that will give you simple answers. Has he hit your children? Has he hit you? Has he shown anger towards you that has been out of control? Have you been frightened by his behavior? Have you had to leave the house because you were frightened by his behavior? Have you been drinking or drugging to self-medicate? When we ask simple questions, we get simple answers. If we allow people to say, we're fine, that was in the past, we're fine, we're okay, it's great, all we get is bullshit. We all want people to get along and to be happy, but listening to people's stories without asking the right questions will create a delusion and a disillusionment of the reality of the situation. And how many women are suffering with men who destroy their emotional sense of self, their well-being, and their perception of an ability to tell the truth? How many women lie, because that is what is the disease of codependency. The disease of codependency is to lie. The disease of being in an abusive relationship, the symptom is to lie. So we must take action, not to listen to women's stories without knowing the questions to ask them. Because if they have been in an abusive relationship before and they have not gotten the help and the treatment, they are going to have the same exact relationship repeat again. And we must educate ourselves on how to develop a hard heart where we don't hope for good, we hope for truth. We don't hope that things work out. We hope for things to be honest. Honesty is what helps us make the right next best decisions and give the right next best advice. Wishing people would stay together and praying to God and wanting shalom bayis, that is not the direct path towards making the next best decision. You need to not only have an optimistic view, a realistic view of just what's truly going on. Because when women are getting abused because they are suffering and their voice is not heard, we need to give them a safe space to be heard so we can actually hear what's been going on enough to make the right call. Yes, leave him. Yes, I support you leaving him. Yes, you should go. Yes, you should protect yourself. Because if there are problems in a relationship, there needs to be a clear distinguishing factor. If it's healthy problems, like all relationships have, and it's things you need to work on, like communication, or if it's unhealthy, like addiction and abuse, right? If a man is hitting you or your kids, and if you're drinking and drugging because the pain is so bad, that is often not something you can remedy. And we need to just understand the facts. Not because, we should work it out and just go to more therapy. You need two people who are mentally stable, who are invested in the relationship and in themselves, in a relationship with themselves, to even have a potential of growth. But sometimes two people are just toxic together, and they can heal if they want, but separately. And it's just important to be grounded, that we don't push. We don't push in the honor of love. We don't push in the guise of God. We don't push in the hope of peace. We understand we need to get the truth and honesty. Simple questions, simple answers. Has he hit you? Has he hit your kids? Has he pressured you for sex? Does he get angry? Do you get high and stoned? Does he get, or drunk, does he get high and drunk? People who are not sober are self-destructive. Self-destructive people hurt the people they're with. Whew. Alrighty, guys. I'm the Chaya Garcia relationship expert on my way home now. After 20 years of doing this, and more recently having my own podcast, it is important for me to expose the blessing and gift and expertise that God has given me, as it is essential that we stop the abuse and stop the suffering in the guise of love and the guise of God. And we come to a place where we educate ourselves on what is worth saving and what is necessary to be removed. And we feel safe removing women from men, whether they're married or not, who are causing suffering in silence. Let's not allow the silence to continue. Let's give the women a space by asking them simple questions to get simple answers, to get the truth, so that we can, instead of hope on creating peace between man and woman, we just understand if that's even possible. Alrighty, peace.